Hello, VC. Hey, man, it's Thursday night, August 13th. And I just got a few yes items. All right. I just got a few yes items and pretty much completed what I wanted to for my yes collection. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you my yes vinyl collection. And John Anderson is gonna help me do that with his solo album, Elias of Sunhillow. And what I'm gonna do, turn it down just a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this now without any further ado, because of course my videos take forever. So but this is the first one, and this is an import copy of their very first album, Yes. All right, so whoops, what else in here? Here is, now I'm sure that this is not an original pressing, there's no way. But it is an import copy. I got it brand new. It's a later pressing. It's in mint shape. I got this, I think I probably got this back 79 or 80. All right. And yeah, I got this from Ostro's, I think, in Somerville. And comes with this nice insert that's got all the lyrics, and it's got that funky little yes insignia. But so I've had this for a while. And not too long ago, they re-released this album. I forget what organization. Here, I can tell you. Maybe I can't tell you. Yeah, I'm not sure who did this, but anyway, it was a limited run of 6,500 copies of a very thick, what is it, 200 grams? 180 gram neon orange. And being a sucker for that colored vinyl, I couldn't resist it. And I like it because it looks like they're probably using kind of a replica of the original label, which was probably that color. But look at this. And that's sweet. And this is a great, it's a great pressing. My copy is very quiet. I don't know if anybody had any problems with noisy pressings of this particular issue, but mine sounds good, so I'm happy. All right, it comes with the same inner lyric sheet. So and here's what they look like on the inside. the other original copy looks like just like this. I mean, it's obviously it's going to look just the same. So I like this first album, man. Great songs, great stuff. Here is Time and a Word, their second album. Again, it's an import. The domestic covers were very different. They had photographs of the band, and I have pressings on CD that have those same covers. There you go. This is obviously not a first pressing of this particular album, but boy, great songs. I don't know why I skipped over that first album so quickly, because they have there's great songs. I didn't even talk about it. Second album's got Then, Every Days, Sweet Dreams, An Astral Traveler, Time and a Word. Great songs. And a couple of covers too that were actually really good. Yeah, Every Days is actually a cover, Stephen Stills. And No Opportunity Necessary, No Experience Needed, that's Richie Havens, man. That's good too. They're all great songs. They're all great recordings. And really great arrangements. All right, now this is the Yes album. As you can see, it's a Japanese pressing. And I was so lucky. I was living in Hillsborough, New Jersey, and I went to this record shop and in Hillsborough, and it was a real little store, man. It was a pretty small store, and I was just looking around the place. They had 3 Yes albums. This one was one of them, Japanese pressing, and I think it was for like $7 or $8 to get this. Same with the other 2. Japanese pressings. All right, so I mean, I don't know why I'm pulling these out, because there's nothing to show you. It's the Atlantic label. All right, but I mean, it's like they were brand new, mint shape, in perfect condition. All right. And it's great because this album doesn't normally, I don't think it normally comes with an insert. Maybe the British copy does. I know the domestic copy doesn't. But this Japanese copy does. Came with an insert with the British, with the lyrics in English. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Now that's funny because I don't know if they're correct, but because a lot of times in the past, the lyrics in some of these Japanese pressings were not quite accurate. So I never did check that out, but I'm assuming that they are correct. Here you go. Right. Who knows? slightest bit of water damage to this thing. It's really pretty minor though. Just to the OBI though, the water damage. Very, very minor. All right, and this is the second one, Fragile. Came with the book. And it came with this insert that has Japanese writing all over it. I don't know what this says. See? But handsome anyway. Wish I knew what the heck it said. Yeah, it did come with the booklet. I actually have two booklets because I had a domestic copy of this. One of these booklets is a little bit bigger. This is probably the Japanese copy. Who knows which one is which? But anyway, here. Came with this little booklet. See, I like this. See, I like that picture of Bill Bruford there in the middle. One of my heroes. John being all mystical and cool. Chris at the top? No, that's probably, maybe that's John. Yeah, here's Chris. Bill. There's Chris. There's Rick. And here's Steve. Got some text in here. Mint shape. Absolutely crystal clear and so quiet. For $8. All right. Beautiful shape. And then this one, same deal, man. All three. Each one was like $8. I paid $24, I think, for these. I think they were $7.99. I think that's why I'm thinking $7. But anyway, and then this came with an insert. That I can't read. I guess these are the, yeah, I guess these are all the lyrics in Japanese. And of course, it comes with the insert with the English lyrics. Now, I will show you this label. It was just the regular Atlantic label. It does have, yes, that new logo, but it does have the regular Atlantic label besides that. All right. So that's the three classic albums. For such a cheap price, man, I picked those up a long time ago. Now here is a British copy of the album, and basically they just did the same thing, man. They got that cool Yes logo in there. So this is also in mint shape. The album that came out after the Close to the Edge. All right. But I know that Yes fans were kind of divided by this. You know, some of them thought it was great. You know, some of them thought it was just full of padding. Okay. Took me years before I could really just even listen to one side of the album. It was very difficult for me to get used to this, but over time, man, I've listened to it, and I'm still not real familiar with each side, but I do, when I do sit down and listen to it, I give it, you know, some attention and really enjoy it. It's great art. Inside, of course, has all the lyrics, as you can see. So it's a great album, actually. It just takes a little time. You know, it requires a little bit of attention and some, you know, I mean, you really got to commit yourself to checking it out if you really want to check it out, because you got 20-minute songs, 20-plus minute songs on each side, you know. But it's well worth it if you like Yes and you really give it some time. I mean, even some of the members, I know Rick Wakeman's not a real big fan of that album, but there's actually a lot of good music on there if you spend some time listening to it. I'm turning this down just a little bit more. Then they put a compilation out yesterday's, and this is a great album because, well, the artwork is just, I mean, you know, Roger Dean, man, right? But then you got kids, you know, I don't know, out in the wild. It's pretty wild. All right, so that needs a little fixing. It does have an insert. It does have a custom label too. Yesterday's, and side one starts off with a long version of America. America came out on a single, but it was an edited version, so you're going to want to get the full version on here, and it is a fantastic arrangement of Paul Simon's song America. And then it's got Looking Around, Time and a Word, Sweet Dreams. They were from the first two albums. Then Survival, Astral Traveler, and Dear Father closes side two. Dear Father was a B-side of a single that was otherwise unavailable until this album came out. Dear Father's a great song. Fantastic music. Right? I am gotta fix that. I got some glue and I'll take care of that later. But I didn't even know that that was unglued. But anyway, it's actually, this is actually, I mean, if you don't know anything about Yes, this is not a bad album to start off with, but it's, you know, it's got mostly music from the first two albums. All right, then Wakeman left, and they got Patrick Moraz, and he worked with them on keyboards, and they put this out. Now, Relayer is just a fantastic album. It's 3 songs. You got God, what a great album cover, Jesus. You got The Gates of Delirium, which is one, you know, side 1. And Sound Chaser, side 2, and then To Be Over closes that side. And this is a special pressing too. This is a what is this? Oh, Friday Music. So I picked this up in New Jersey just a couple of, well, what was it? Just last year, about a year ago, I picked this up. And it was right by my sister's house, as a matter of fact. And this is, Relayer's got that beautiful custom label too. So, but this is a great, I mean, just a fantastic release with fantastic music. All right, this comes with a lyric insert too. I'm not going to pull that out for the sake of trying to keep this video shorter than usual. So I'm going to put it away. All right. All right, then this was 1974, I think. Yeah, when this was released, it was in 74. 1975, Yes, most of the members of Yes, they took off and did some solo work. Of course, the one that's on now, that's John Anderson's Elias of Sun Hill that he did. Chris Squire did Fish Out of Water. And when they finally did reconvene to do an album a couple of years later, this is what came out. Going for the One, and man, Going for the One is a great album. Wakeman came back, and man, I glossed over the fact that Bill Bruford had left, and after Close to the Edge, Jesus, and then they got Alan White in on drums. But anyway. And then he toured, and then of course, when they toured, I guess that was the first album that Alan White was on, was Yes Songs. It's a double album set, or I think it's just a double album set. It's not something that I own. In fact, a buddy of mine was asking me about that when I posted pictures of this on Facebook. I posted all this on Facebook just yesterday, all these records I'm showing you. And the guy said, "What? You don't have Yes songs?" And I said, "I never got it." My understanding is that the sound quality was pretty poor, so I never bothered to get it. So I don't know. I didn't get it. But anyway, Alan White's on here. Rick Wakeman came back to the fold, and of course you got John and Chris and who am I missing? Steve Howe. So this is a great record. With Going for the One in the title track. Turn of the Century, Parallels, Wondrous Stories, which was actually, I believe that was a single on a 12-inch single in England, and then Awaken, which is a beautiful piece of music to end the album. Kind of a ridiculous cover. But great music nonetheless. This came out in '77. All right. And then 78, or was it 78? 1978, Tormato. Okay. I think Yes fans are probably divided on this one as well. Not their most popular album. This happens to be an import pressing from England. With a nice custom label. All right. And I actually listened to this, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I pulled this out and played it. And in the past, man, and I would play this album, I didn't think it was that great. But I gotta say, man, I actually kind of enjoyed it. I think I just cleared my mind, kind of hit the reset button and played it, and I really kind of liked it. Some of it, anyway. And that might be what kind of sparked me to want to pick up some of the newer material which I got. I don't have Yes songs, but I did pick up Yes shows, and the sound quality on this is a little bit better. All right, this is just a domestic pressing. And quite frankly, I think I listened to this once when I first got it and probably haven't played it since. I mean, it's got some great music on it. It's got Parallels, Time and a Word, Going for the One. Gates of Delirium is side 2. Side 3 is Don't Kill the Whale and Ritual, part 1. And then side 4 is, they continue, Ritual, part 2, and then Wondrous Stories. And that's the end of the show, huh? But at least they got back to Roger Dean art, man. Jesus Christ, I mean, I don't know what they were thinking with those last 2 album covers and where Roger Dean went. All right, then there was an upheaval with the lineup. And John left. and Rick Wakeman left. But they still had Alan White, they still had Chris Squire, they still had Steve Howe, and now they got the Buggles. Okay, so you know, I know a lot of people. This is another album that people were like, well, no John Anderson. How can you have Yes without John Anderson? Didn't make any sense. That never happened before. But sure enough, Trevor Horn, who took over for John Anderson, he did a pretty good job. And Jeff Downs was on keyboards. And I gotta say, some of the music on here is pretty damn good. You got side 1, Machine Messiah, White Car, and Does It Really Happen? And side 2, Into the Lens, Run Through the Light. And then Tempest Fugit it's really a classic. Tempest Fugit, it's a classic. And the new lineup wrote all this music. Or at least helped arrange it. So this particular pressing is an import pressing. It's a British pressing. And I actually just scored this not too long ago. And it's in great shape, except for this hair. Oh, you know what that is? That's actually a piece of the is it? I don't know. I don't know what that is. That wasn't on there when I played this. But anyway, I really enjoyed listening to this. This was really excellent. It took me back to high school graduation. God. And it comes with the lyric insert. See? All the lyrics? All right, one-sided. But anyway, it's not a bad album. And now I'm going to put it away. Maybe if you want to see this. Silly bastards. All right. Anyway, I liked it. I enjoyed hearing this, man. It had been years since I listened to this album because I never owned it. I only heard it over other people's houses. All right, and then what happened? Another change in personnel. When they toured with Trevor Horn, audiences were not too kind. Eventually, Trevor Rabin started working with these guys, and then they contacted John Anderson, and he was liking what he heard, came back into the fold, and they put this album out. And boy, did they get commercial with this. But I still think this is a damn good album. 90125. I mean, Owner of a Lonely Heart's a great tune, I think. Hold On's cool. It Can Happen. It Can Happen, Kevin. And then there's a song, Changes, which is great. Leave It's a good song too, and it was a hit. But this is actually a pretty good album. And this This is a domestic pressing. Lyric sheet inside. And Trevor Rabin injected a sound into their mix that worked, I think, with these guys. I mean, it was actually a really good lineup. It's weird though, because Steve Howe was not there anymore. No more Steve Howe. I have a couple of singles from there, British singles. Owner of a Lonely Heart, Our Song. And this is like a weird mix. Let's face it, man, in the early 80s, they were putting out all kinds of weird remixes, and they were pretty strange. Leave It, another strange remix. The Hello Goodbye mix. Yeah, it's like the Beatles, right? And then Leave It, remix, and then Leave It a cappella. That might be interesting. And then those guys put out another album, Big Generator. This had a couple of nice tunes on it too, man. It was all right. Not the best. Not as good as the first with Trevor Rabin, but it was good. Had some moments. Then there's an album here that's missing. Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, and Howe. When they split, they branched off again. But eventually, everybody came back for the Union album. All right? And we're going to 1991. 1991 this came out. In between 83, I think this came out in 83. Between 83 and 91, you had a lot of solo albums coming out from John Anderson, John Evangelis, Steve Howe was doing solo material, but eventually they all came back after the Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, and Howe album, which I'm not too keen on. I might try to pick it up, and maybe I'll listen to it again. I have it on CD, but really, it's not one of my favorite records by those guys. But this is a little bit better, and it's got everybody. This happens to be a Canadian pressing that I picked up. And when I picked it up, I found that, in fact, they advertised, it was not advertised, but it was actually mentioned in the Discogs album that it's not really black vinyl, it's kind of like a bronze vinyl. So, let's see if you can see it. Yeah, you can see through it, see? It's actually kind of a clear bronze vinyl. See that? How can you miss it? Just point it right at you. All right? And the Canadian pressing has an extra song in the lineup that is on the CD, but it's not on most vinyl pressings. So, and damn, I can't remember what that song is. Here, let me see. Here, I'll tell you what it is. The song, it's got a weird title. Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat is the song, and it's on CD. This is a German pressing that's actually got give and take on it as well. But anyway, Angkor Wat is on this LP. It's not on most vinyl pressings, but it is on the CD. If you got a CD copy, you got that song. And this did come with an insert, but no words. All right, no words. I mean, no lyrics. The CD doesn't have the lyrics either. So you just gotta find out what they are somehow, some other way. But anyway, I saw this tour. I saw these guys in Atlantic City, and they walked right past me in a line, headed for the stage. Man, that was cool. All right, 1991. All right, then after Union, you had a little bit of a breakdown where Anderson, Rabin, Squire, and Tony Kaye stayed with them, and Alan White. So no Wakeman, but Tony Kaye was back in the fold. How strange. And they put this album out in '94. I saw this tour as well. And it's funny because, you know, I just never listened to this album that much. And then, since I went nuts picking up the vinyl, I just listened to this last night and really, really enjoyed it. It's interesting because there's a song on here called Walls that Roger Hodgson helped write. He worked with, I guess, Trevor Rabin on it. Put a demo out, and I have the demo in my collection because I'm a big Supertramp fan as well, which is, you know, I like Supertramp, and I really liked that song Wall, and didn't even realize it was on this album for the longest time. It's a great song, Walls. This particular pressing is the first three sides have what's are on the CD, and then side D has a special version of The Calling, which is over 8 minutes long. So there's your track listing if you can see it. Hold it real still. All right. But this was great to listen to last night. And I will pull this out because I like these custom labels. Right? Love it. Alrighty then. Next album that came out several years later with John, Steve, Chris, Alan, and Billy Sherwood is Open Your Eyes. Now, my understanding of this album is that a lot of Yes fans don't like it, but I picked this up, man, and I thought it was excellent. I thought After Talk, which was rather commercial, I guess you could say, sort of, rather. What with Trevor Rabin, and it's got that sound to it. I thought that this was kind of a throwback to the more classic sound. Even has like a side 4 has a nice long track, you know, a full-sided. Well, you know what? Actually, I take that back. That's funny. It's a long track, but there's like a lot of. We'll talk about that when we get there. Anyway, I picked this up. Another custom label and colored vinyl. And of course, the colored vinyl always impresses me. But when I put this on to play it, I really liked these songs. New State of Mind, Open Your Eyes, Universal Garden. I liked this first side. Second side I thought was good. No Way We Can Lose, Fortune Seller, Man in the Moon. I remember listening to this and thinking, this is really pretty good. Side 3 has 4 songs. The Wonder Love, From the Balcony, Love Shine, Somehow, Someday. I remember listening to this and thinking, this is good. Then I put on the 4th side, and I was excited because it's a 23-minute, it's almost 24 minutes long. But what happens is, the first 3 or 4, maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 minutes, you have a song, and then it sort of dissipates into, like it gets quiet. There's like a pause, almost maybe a minute long, and then it comes back, and there's just like ambient, like environmental sounds, kind of like, I don't know, like crickets and stuff. And every once in a while you hear like a snatch of music, and it echoes, and I mean, that's all there is. And that goes on for 15 minutes. I don't understand what they were thinking. I don't know what that was about. I mean, I guess it was an experiment, but I don't know, man. Maybe they had a lot to drink that day and they thought, well, this was a good idea. I didn't think it was a great idea. So if you're going to fault this album, I'd fault that last track for having all that meandering stuff at the end of that last song. I don't know why they did that. And the initial part of that last song is okay, man. It sounds good. But then it just dissolves into 15 minutes of, I don't know, just kind of like junk. So if I was going to fault them, it'd be on that. But then they put out this 2 years later. I think this was 99, right? 1999, The Ladder. And this was great. I listened to this and really enjoyed it. And I'll pull it out to show you what it looks like. It is a 4-sided album. It's not a 3-sided record, which is nice. This is released by Music on Vinyl. Custom labels. Yeah. Custom labels. But anyway, yeah, I thought this was a really good record. And just scored this not too long ago. Just a couple of weeks ago I got this. Comes with a nice insert too. lyrics. All right. See? So. Billy Sherwood on guitars and vocals this time. And Igor Koroshev on keyboards and vocals. Igor. Yeah, this is pretty damn cool. I like the, yeah, I'm gonna pull this a little bit closer so you can see what's going on here, but see what they got? You even got your solo stuff. Here's Chris Squire. Well, I can't really point at it with my finger. Oh, there it is, down there. Fish Out of Water. John Anderson's, and there was a solo album in there by John. Here it is. I forget what it's called. All kinds of cool stuff in here. So this is nice. Yeah, this is a good album and a very cool release. Really nice re-release. And I'm going to make sure that the inserts don't get folded up. So, all right, yes, The Ladder. And another Roger Dean cover, which is always great. All right, so and then the last one that I got is Magnification. All right. This is a 3-sided record. Side 4, I think, has some kind of etching. Magnification. And this is a German pressing. Serena Records. Serena? Press this. And beautiful violet or purple, whatever you want to call this color. All right. And this is a pretty damn good album too, man. I was really impressed with this. There we go. No insert, but the words are in here on the gatefold, okay? All right. And if you're interested, no etching. Custom label, but no etching. See? All you can do is see my room. It's too bad they couldn't have found another piece of music, an outtake or something, to put on that 4th side. I mean, there's nothing there. But anyway, good record. And it's the last one that I have by the band. There were a few more releases. What is it, Heaven and Earth, or shoot, I can't remember what they are. But anyway, that's what I have on LP. I do have some singles. I have And You and I, Part 1, Part 2, Run with the Fox, Return of the Fox. This is actually Chris Squire and Alan White. Don't Kill the Whale, which was a single from Tormato, with a non-album track called Abilene on the back. This is a British single. They put out tons of these. You could find these. These were like a dime a dozen when this first came out. All right, but anyway, you got Don't Kill the Whale on the A side. You got Abilene on the back, a Steve Howe composition. And, whoops, let's just get it back in here. All right, and then here's another single, Love Will Find a Way. What's the B-side? I can't even, this computerized text, man. Holy Lamb is the B-side. This is from Big Generator, Love Will Find a Way. That was a pretty good song. And Holy Lamb, I forget, that was for the Convergence. Yeah, for her song for harmonic convergence, Holy Lamb. All right, so 2 album tracks. And then Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, and Howe, when they branched off, they put this single out in America, Brother of Mine, and the B-side is Vultures. And Vultures is a non-album track, okay? And I don't think that this was released in England on vinyl, only on CD, but in America, you can pick this up on vinyl. And this is, I think, the only vinyl release of Vultures. This one record right here. Only this record. And then when they put out Union, they put out Lift Me Up. And Give and Take is a non-album B-side, unless you got the CD. All right. Only certain CD releases had it. Germany had it, and I think that pretty sure Japan had it too. But anyway, that's it, man. That's my Yes collection, and that's all there is. I hope you enjoyed it. I know a lot of times I go beep, 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 but again, all I'm doing is showing you what I have. That's what I got. All right, so have a good day.